First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kahakodash. Double honors to head apostle, and that is a great millstone of rule well. And have taught us this 100% truth according to the Bible. Peace and blessing to you, sincere Akim, that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out, constantly enduring and making your bodies a living sacrifice for Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. This is the boy, the Mattathiah from the GMS Virginia camp. All right, coming to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, which is the true, holy, powerful name of the Heavenly Father, and His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus in Christ, and Lord willing, this be edifying information / lesson. Okay, this is an article from townhall.com, and Lord willing, I'll remember to put the link in the description box. It says, Police state Australia recaptures 3 teens who escaped sea concentration camp. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Police state Australia recaptures 3 teens who escaped sea concentration camp. All right, because back maybe a couple years ago, these people used to laugh, they used to mock, used to scoff, and basically used to laugh at and not believe when we were speaking of the concentration camps, man. Okay, out there on the highways and byways telling you, hey, this devil has concentration camps all over the globe, man. Okay, that are ready to start taking on people, man. They're like, man, no, they ain't got no this. There's no way they got concentration camps all over. And now these people are starting to see it, man. Okay, because people are starting to be thrown into these concentration camps under the umbrella of pandemic and disease. It says 3 Australian teenagers become enemies of the public when they escape a sea concentration camp. Okay, it is a quarantine facility, but they wanted to be free in a nation that's rapidly become North Korea concerning its protocols concerning Australia, man. And what's happening over in Australia is coming over here to the Americas, man. Okay. It says Connor Friedorsoff of the Atlantic has a great piece that simply asks if the country was still a liberal democracy, which led him to getting a ton of hate mail in the land down under. Everyone's rights were trampled with their C0 policy. That's right. All your rights, okay? All your freedoms, okay? It's all going to be taken away under the umbrella of pandemic and disease, all right? But they would argue it's paid off, all right? It says it's a cultural difference, but the fact that one case can send an entire state into lockdown is insane. That's right. Under the umbrella of pandemic and disease, they can send your whole state, the whole country, into a lockdown. Send out mandates telling you, hey, you can't come out of your house, you can't do this. If we acquire that you have this, we're going to throw you in a concentration camp for a certain amount of days. And Salaki. And why are people trying to escape these concentration camps? If these concentration camps are so nice, if they're being taken care of, they're being fed well, if they have a nice facility, if they're relaxing, if they're enjoying their stay, nobody would be trying to escape them. All right? They'd be like, okay, I'll do my 30 days, my 40 days, whatever, and I'll be off and on my way. The facility's nice. I got a TV. I got a nice bed. No, because they're being mistreated at these concentration camps, man. They've probably gotten beaten. They've probably gotten harassed. Who knows what goes on in these concentration camps, man. They're being forced medication, forced treatment. All right? It says some Australian states had the military roll out to enforce the lockdown measures, and that's what we're going to see over here in the Americas, man. The military is going to enforce these lockdowns, man. These different branches, these different people in these different branches of the military that are being deployed to different countries and different areas around the earth, currently, they're being deployed to enforce these mandates, man. They're being deployed to enforce these lockdowns, okay? It says fast food is now a contraband item, but back to the story, the teenagers were recaptured and they all tested negative. Okay? So Australian police successfully recaptured 3 teenagers who escaped from a quarantine facility Wednesday after they had tested negative for C. The teenagers scaled a fence to break out of the Centre for National Resilience in Howard Springs, Northern Territory. Australian police said, according to the BBC, where they were being held in quarantine because they had been in close contact with individuals who had tested. The teenagers were Australian Aboriginals. The teens were Australian Aboriginals. Okay, hey, A lot of those so-called aboriginals are Israelites, man. Okay, very dark skin. Okay, woolly hair. All right, it says the teens. So like last month, sorry, the teens were Australian aboriginals from the nearby Binjari community. Okay, they were Jakes, man. ABC News reported many of whom had been sent to the quarantine facility following an outbreak of C in their hometown of Catherine. Okay, police caught up with the trio after a manhunt that stretched out several hours and chased them down on foot in a nearby town. So they basically sought after these men like they were criminals, like they were murderers, like they had escaped a prison facility, man. An all-out manhunt. They done put their picture all over the news, you know. The news hit over here in the Americas, man. You know, they had police task force, helicopters. They were pursuing these people as a high priority risk, okay? You know, just because they fled a concentration camp that they were held out, basically, which they were going to be let go, you know, so-called, at a certain point in time, man. You know? It says, absconding from Howard Springs isn't just dangerous, it is incredibly stupid. Northern Territory Chief Minister Michael Gunner said it is a press conference according to ABC because we will catch you and there will be consequences. So, hey, you see that there's not only saying we're trying to catch you to get you to put you back in this concentration camp, to keep you healthy, to keep the public healthy, you know, so-called, so that this doesn't spread any further. They're basically saying, hey, you escaped our facility, we're going to catch you and there's going to be consequences just because you escaped our facility. You know, it has nothing to do with no type of disease or no type of testing or no type of concern of helping and so-called keeping the people healthy, you know. Hey, there's a, you know, hey, matter of fact, we're going to get a picture of what the Aborigines look like. You know, so this is what the Australian Aboriginal people look like, man. All right. And a lot of them are Israelites, man. Okay. You know, they got dark skin, very woolly hair. All right. You know, a lot of them are Jakes, man. You know. All right, here's another article. It says human rights, Australian woman kept in a camp and threatened with fines. It says human rights in Australia are being brought to the forefront again after a young Australian woman was taken from her family home by the police to a sea internment camp. Okay. It says in a video released by her family, 26-year-old Haley Hodgins can be seen being led by uniformed police to what she called a casino bus and led away. That's right, man. And they're not concerned about what you got going on at your home, your family. If you got a young kids, you know, children, they're not concerned about your job. None of that. They're taking you to that concentration camp by force. To hell with your job, to hell with your kids, man. You know? It said in the footage, Haley says she has moved to Darwin from Melbourne to escape the never-ending lockdowns. That's right. And these lockdowns are going to be never-ending. They're going to continue. Lockdowns upon mandates until we basically cruise right into the Karagma, only to find herself isolated and locked in a sea internment camp without even having the virus. You know? It says, speaking to the unheard Freddie Saar, she said she had just returned from a 14-day detention at Howard Springs, the government new 2,000 capacity sea camp. She said it all begun when a friend of hers tested positive. She recounted how investors came to her home shortly afterwards, having run the number plate on her scooter to identify her as a close contact. So they're running, yo, hey, let's read that again, bro. Having run the number plate on her scooter to identify her as a close contact. So they can run the number on your license plate, okay? They can run the number on your license plate, bro. And basically be able to determine if you have had a close contact or if you have come too close to somebody that has contracted the virus, man, and be able to pursue you and literally break down your door and throw you in a camp, man. This is what's coming over to the Americas, man. I'm going to read that one more time. Having run the number plate on her scooter to identify her as a close contact. Hey, that's heavy, bro. They asked if she had done a test, and at the moment she lied, and she said when in fact she had not yet. This set in train an extraordinary series of events. We've just been told from higher up, so the police officers blocked my driveway. She says, I walked out and said, what's going on? Are you guys testing me? What's happening? They said, no, you're getting taken away, and you have no choice. You're going to Howard Springs. You either come with us now and we'll put you in the back of the DV van, or you can have a choice to get a C cab. I just said, I don't consent to this. I don't understand why I can't just self-isolate at home. You know, why can't people self-isolate at home? Because, hey, man, you know, they're not gonna let you just do it, do it at home, man. Okay, they want you in their facility. All right, like a lot of other people are doing. They just said, we've just been told from higher up, we're taking you, and that's all there is. Okay, it says a fact check, which, you know, I'm not even gonna get into that. You know, it says it comes in Australia. Victorians can now be jailed for 2 years and fined $45,250 for breaching public health orders under Premier Daniel Andrews' controversial new pandemic bill. So you can be jailed for 2 years for not obeying their health orders. You know, not even concerning the concentration camp. This is just concerning the law in Australia. You will ban their health orders. $45,000 fine, 2 years in jail, man. You know, which can expand even further. The laws are constantly changing. You might be in jail serving your 2-year sentence for going against the health orders, and the next thing you know, Esau expands your time, changes the law. Now you gotta spend 5 years. And the next thing you know, you never get out, man. Okay? All right? Now let's go over I'm not gonna make this video too long, and they're probably gonna strike it anyway. But, you know, oh well. This is Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall man stand up. It's like, at that time shall Michael stand up. The great prince was standing for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, man. There's going to be a time of trouble, man. Jacob's trouble. Trouble for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay? As if never has been before, man. Okay? Bad times, hard times, concentration camps, great death, slaughter, torture. Okay? All types of stuff being done, okay, to you Jakes, man. You know? Lockdowns. Hey, sedition among men. These troops going door to door, man. Okay? Taking you out your homes, taking you by force, throwing you in these concentration camps that are already established, that are already built, already in place, all over the earth, especially over here in the Americas, man. Okay? What's happening all over Australia, okay, is what's about to happen over here in the Americas, man. All right? It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book of life. That's right, man. You know? And Lord willing, we can be protected in these times that, you know, these hard, bad times that we're coming in. And moreover, that we can be delivered from the things that are going to take place. Lord willing, edifying to the next time. Shalom.